Hi everyone, welcome back to the Crafty Author. My name is Anissa. I am the Crafty Author, and today we are going to be doing our sew along. We started this when we first went into lockdown, and it turned into more of a chat session. And I know I was going to do it for Sewing Talk Tuesday, and I just decided that I would just go live, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to sew, and I'm going to show you the two blocks that I am putting together. So I won't be able to see any comments at this time once I flip the camera down so that you guys can see what I'm doing. Hi, Candy. So a couple of things that I have done. I finished the wall hanging that I made from the Jacob's Ladder pattern with the Tula Pink fabric. It turned out amazing. I will be sharing pictures of that. Oh, hi Wendy, welcome. And so yes, I finished that, and then I found a way to do something cool. Hi Beverly, with my grandmother's doilies that I inherited when she passed away. So I wasn't really quite sure what I could do with them, but you know those really cute, adorable little elephants? I was able to do that. I made an elephant out of her doilies, and it turned out so stinking cute. It was a little bit of a challenge because it was the first time that I made something like that with those, but it worked out really well, and now I know for future when I make more, because I'm thinking about making them as gifts for my cousins. Hi Beverly, hi Jackie, so that I can actually make it a little easier on myself that way, right? So I will have pictures posted on my Instagram, the Crafty Author. You can see the elephant that I made with the, whatchamacallit, the doilies in there. Hi Patty. And I will also put the quilt, the Tula Pink quilt, in there as well. My husband did hang it up for me, so it looks amazing. And I will put it in my personal group too. I just remembered I didn't share it in there. I don't know why I didn't do that. Oh. So things been a little crazy around here. My allergies have been off the hook crazy. We have some wildfires burning, so my throat has been very, very sore from that. So I've been taking a lot of naps because my eyes hurt so much and they itch. It's just craziness right now. And I'm working. So there's that. I have a big accounting problem that I need to fix. Oh, my husband tried to reconcile his credit card account, and we just implemented a new accounting system. I'm going to take a deep breath for just a moment. And so when I went to run the reports to see if he had put the information in there already, I can't. It's like, bah. Are we still in lockdown? We are not on a full lockdown. We are just getting ready. Well, we're still kind of opening up. Restaurants just opened up, so we can go in there now. Swimming pools are, I mean, the governor said they can open, but most places have decided to stay closed for the entire year. So are we? Yeah, pretty much. I mean, you can do some things, but not a whole lot. You know, it doesn't feel right. Everything is still just kind of meh. So I don't know. But eventually, I guess we'll get there, right? All right, so I wanted to show you, this is what I'm going to show you. I'm going to do this live, so like I said, I won't be able to read comments or anything like that while I'm sewing because I'm not magical. I can't read and sew at the same time. I'm not a unicorn with glitter. Anyway, so here is, oh really, Wendy? Oh my gosh, if they have a patio. Yeah, you still have to be socially distanced 6 feet away. You're heading into phase 2. That's cool. Now, Jackie, my father-in-law lives in Sun City, and he said that pools and all kinds of stuff are open. Yeah, none of our pools here are open. The insanity is crazy. So we normally take our grandson swimming because my father-in-law has a pool at his house. A community pool, not in his backyard. Gosh, I wish, right? I wish I had one in my backyard at this point. But this year they decided not to open. So yeah, with the modifications, yeah. So I ended up buying my grandson a pirate pool. He was so cute. We had him last Sunday, and I kept asking him, I'm like, do you want this pool? And I'd show him a pool of a dinosaurs, and he'd go, no, Grandma, pirate pool. So the pirate pool, of course, costs way more money. Yeah, Jackie, it is a little wading pool, but it's got like the little cannons, they squirt water, and it's got a little slide on it. It's really cool. It's cute. But yeah, it was the most expensive little gadget. So anyway, I bought him the pirate pool because I'm grandma and I can. So we got to set up the pool now in our backyard for him and my little baby grandson too, because he'll like it too. Oh, how cute, the Tinkerbell. Oh, I had a kitty cat named Tinkerbell, and she was the best. I miss her. She was so cool. Like my strawberry culotta. Oh my God, these things are so good. I have a serious Dunkin' Donuts addiction. If it isn't an iced vanilla latte, it's the strawberry culottas. They're delicious. All right, we're gonna get to work. Because if I don't, I'm gonna keep talking, and then we're going to accomplish nothing, okay? Okay. So this is the Sawtooth Star, and I know that some of you have already finished yours because you are awesome, and I am such a slacker, all right? Now, this is a 12-inch squared. I've already squared it up, and I'll show you how I square up my stars. But so this one's squared up, so that's what one of them looks like. Here's what the yellow one looks like. Okay, so those ones look like the same. Thank you, Wendy. I have a whole bunch of different colors. I have a whole box here full of all these little things that I need to put together for stars. So I've been slacking. I mean, seriously slacking. So then, this is the opposite of it. And although you may not be able to pick out what's wrong with it just by looking at it, I'm going to show you the side-by-side comparison so that you can see what I've done. You see that? And that's what happens when you're not paying attention. You sew them backwards. So you're wondering, Annette, so you're wondering what sewing machine you should get? Is that what I'm understanding? So I'm making one of each because I have one of each color. I have no idea how that's going to go together as a quilt. So I might end up making 2 separate quilts, or I might just, I don't know. I lost track. That's what I did, you guys. I think I'm so just ready for this quilt to like make itself that I just didn't even pay attention. So it'll turn into something cool, whatever it is, but I have a feeling we're gonna end up with 2 of them. So Annette, for sewing, the machine that I have is I don't know, it depends on how much money you're wanting to spend on a sewing machine. So sewing machines can range anywhere from $100 to $20,000, okay? And so for me, what I have currently is a Janome 9400 QCP. It is a higher end machine. It is very expensive. So if you're looking for something like that, I highly recommend this machine. I love it. It's got an 11-inch throat for quilting, and it does everything. It's awesome. The only thing it doesn't do is go to the bathroom for me. So, I mean, it's great. My other machine that I have, the domestic machine that I use, is a Singer Quantum Stylus 9960. And those, I don't know why, are in such high demand right now. But when I purchased mine, so I want you to be mindful of this, okay? When I purchased mine, it was $315. Currently, because there's such a high demand for that machine, people are asking $700 to $800 for it. I've seen it on Amazon. And the reason I know this is because I was thinking that when I hit my 20,000 subscribers, I was going to give away one of those sewing machines because they're amazing. But I can't afford to spend that kind of money on a sewing machine. I mean, it's just crazy. So yes, and it's being discontinued as well. It's a great machine. So I am more privy to the Singers. I think they're easier to use. I feel like they are built a little more solid. Excuse me. That's just my personal opinion. And it also has to, you seem Ripper, so you gave it a name. So it just depends on what you're going to use it for, really. I mean, if you're new at sewing, then I would say start with a machine that's in the probably $200 to $300 range, because that will last you for a while. It'll get you through. It'll help you to do everything that you're going to need to do, especially if you're learning to quilt or you're sewing garments or whatnot. That will help you along on that journey. And then as you get going along, if you decide that you really, really love it and you really want to, you know, jazz it up or whatever, then you can. I find that, yeah, oh, okay, yeah. The Janome mechanical machines are around $300 to $400. That's good to know. Thank you, Jackie. So I think Janome is a great product as well. Like I said, I love mine. I own 2 of them. And one of them is an embroidery machine / sewing machine. And it is like, it's old. But I'll tell you what, that thing works like brand new. So they last forever. So yeah, you can't go wrong with a Janome either. You're welcome, Annette. I hope I didn't confuse you. It really is just kind of a personal preference, whether or not a sewing machine really feels you. Yeah, see, and I tested out a Bernina, and I love Bernina machines. Those things are, well, those are phenomenal machines. But yeah, I kept coming back to the Janome. I don't know, I just really, the style of it really works for me and what I do. And you know, I had that loaner from my sewing machine place, which it was the upgraded machine of my machine. And honestly, I don't think so either, Jackie. I have to agree with you on that one. The older ones are good. I think the newer ones are not as good, in my opinion and in my experience. But like the loaner that I had, I hated that machine. It just did not, that machine did not get me. It did not get me. So you got to find a machine that understands you. I know that sounds crazy, but it is the truth. And especially if you're going to be spending some time with it, because you know, you want to be able to do this with ease. I mean, because sewing in itself sometimes can be very, very frustrating. So, yeah. I hope I'm not discouraging anybody, but it's just the facts. It's like anything in life, you know? It can get frustrating. Hi, Cheryl. All right, so I'm going to flip the camera down, and we are going to start. I'm going to show you how I did this. Annette, it will have patience, trust me. Hi, Esther. Yes, Esther, there is a difference. So a heavy duty sewing machine is going to be more along the lines of your straight stitching, I believe. I'm not sure what kind of stitches come on that machine. I don't know if you get a zigzag or if you get any fancy stitches or not, because I don't know which machine you're talking about in particular. But typically quilting machines, they come with a darning foot. And I do not have my darning foot close by. Let me see if I can pull it up. Hang on. Okay, sorry about that. Sorry you guys had to see my side there. HD 18 stitches. Any dealer brother. Oh, hold on. Boy. That is true, Carolyn. So the higher dollar, the more you pay for a Brother machine, the better they are going to be. Brothers are really well known for their embroidery capacity. They make great machines. Hi, Pam. They make great embroidery machines. They do. I want one of those that has all the Mickey Mouse, all the Disney characters in it, because it's cool. But I'm not getting one, so. So this is a darning foot. It can come closed-toed. So this is a closed-toed, which means it's solid all the way around. You attach this to your needle bar, and then your needle drops down here, and you're able to move your fabric around in that. This is an open-toed darning foot, also used for free motion quilting. So if your machine is set up for quilting, you'll typically get one of these little guys, or you'll get a round one. It'll be in a circle. So there's that. If you're looking to just do straight line quilting and not free motion quilting, then the heavy duty machine might actually work out just fine. So it depends on what kind of quilting you're going to do. And there's that. Dickie's Barbecue is sending me notifications. All right, so I'm going to turn my light on. Yeah, see, mine did too, Beverly. My Singer machine came with those as well. Hey, I get to pick up my new glasses tomorrow. I'm excited. And then my new ones are going to have flowers on them. They're so cute. Really, Pam? I haven't tried one of those yet. All right. We have to make the blocks. I'm going to make this color, the salmon colored, because I'm really curious to see what that's going to look like. And I think it's pretty. Aww. Awesome. Okay. I'm turning this down. You guys can talk while I'm, feel free to chat while I'm doing this, and close your eyes if you get dizzy, because I don't want you to get dizzy here. And turn that. Okay. Here we go. I do want to tell you that since I did screw up, I had to go and cut 3.5-inch squares like this. And I had that in yardage, and so I just started cutting, to be honest. I don't even know how many are in there. These I'm going to set aside because I only need one set like that. And then I'm going to set this one aside in my other, with my other squares, and I guess I will use this another time in another quilt. Or perhaps for the back. I don't know yet. So here's what I do. I take my grouping of 4, because that's how many I need here. Excuse me. And I like to lay my block out before I start sewing it. So let's put that one there. Ta-da. So that's gonna be, sorry, I have to make sure I'm doing this right. Oy, the confusion. Okay. So this one is gonna go down like this. So all my points should go in like this on this particular block. Oh, jeez. And I keep turning myself around here, so no idea why. You can kind of see it taking place there. It's coming together already. And I like to lay this out before I sew, because then I can just pick them up and I know how it needs to go. Is it necessary to do it for this? I don't know. It just is what works for me. So, and as you can see, I get confused easily, so it's probably smart that I lay this out first. And then you can see that my star is already there. Okay, so all I'm going to do is I'm going to collect these back up, set them aside, and I'm going to sew these all together. These are my half square triangles. And I chain sew these, just in case you were wondering. This would make a really nice table runner, I think. It's just really cute. You guys see okay? I'm trying not to. There we go. I feel like my phone is going a little bit crooked there. I'm sorry about that. Nothing I can do about it when it's live, guys. I have to move it. Okay. So then I just open it up and I finger press it. I really find that the finger pressing makes it a lot easier for actual pressing. And this goes actually really pretty fast when we're doing this. So I know I'm going to have to take one of these and put one on each end. And I know this because we did this when we laid it out. Going to flip it, and I'm going to do the other side. Now, even though I do a finger pressing on these when I open them up, I do like to give everything a nice press with the iron beforehand, before I attach them, just because I just feel like it helps it to lay better. Okay, so those are done. Now I'm going to sew on our side pieces. And I better make sure that I'm doing this correctly. That looks right. Okay. When in doubt, double check, because we don't like to seam rip. Tell you what, I'm like the queen of seam ripping. Okay. And as you can see, that was wonky. I didn't sew that on there exactly perfect. So, it's all right. We'll fudge it. We'll pretend like it's all good, even though it's not. Okay. Okay, let's see. We're ready to assemble our star. So I'm just going to line them up here. I'm going to put a clip here. And I am going to put a clip here. And what I'm doing here is I am nesting my seams together. This is going to ensure that my points are going to match up perfectly. And you guys have seen me do that quite often. On there, yep. Okay, so like I was showing you, for those of you who are not familiar with this process, nesting the seams is like this. So you have one going one direction and the other one going the opposite direction, and they should line up perfectly. And that is what will make a perfect point when you go to sew your star together. Mine don't always line up. I'm telling you that now. I've been sewing for a long time and mine still have issues. So sometimes it just wants to be finicky. Okay. So we're going to sew this one down. Come on. Okay. And our star is done. Ta-da! Okay. Looks awesome, right? Thumbs up. All right, I'm going to set that one aside. We're going to do the second star. So this one, I got to make sure I'm doing it right. Oh, Lordy. Which one did I just, oh, get on the right pile, girl. See, now I have to stay consistent and be careful. Okay, so now I'm going to put the colored pieces together. So I'm just going to sew these together because I already know that those are going to be the points. Go. I just lay them out though to make sure that I have that point going that direction. And I know to sew them. Hey, is anybody watching the Betty Broderick story? Because I started watching that. She was a woman who was married to an attorney and a doctor, and she pretty much gave everything up, you know, to be a wife and a mother. And she was a teacher, and he ended up opening up his own firm, started having an affair with a younger woman, and basically wouldn't fess up to the fact that he was having an affair, even though she knew it. She just knew, and she killed them. The story is crazy. It's really good. It's on USA. But I started watching that, and I was like, oh my goodness. You could kind of understand, I mean, you know, killing somebody, there's never really, you're not justified, but you could kind of understand. It's really good, and it's on every Tuesday. So, but you can kind of understand why she felt the way she did, you know, like he was kind of a jerk. I mean, not kind of, he was. And the crazy thing is I think a lot of women, you know, back, because she's like 80 years old now, something like that, I think, and she's still in prison. She killed him and his new wife, which was the girl he was having the affair with. But, you know, it's just kind of like, I think women, a lot of women probably experienced that back then. So, yeah, it's a crazy movie. Really good, though. I like it. You can watch it, I think, on demand if you have cable. I really get into those kinds of shows. I like the crime stories and things that... Yes, exactly, Peggy. She did. She put him through college and him through med school and everything. Encouraged him, I mean, she was his biggest cheerleader, and he just basically pooped all over her. It's crazy. Although, she did drive her car into his house. She was. You know what, though? In watching that, it's like, I mean, I don't know. Like, too perfect, you know? That's what was scary. She pretended like everything was so great, you know? Even to, like, her friends. Everything was so perfect. And, nobody's life is like that, you know? I mean, we all know that. Real life is, like, not perfect like that. This is a sad story. Yes, very unrealistic. Very. Yep, it does. I know some people who are like that too, though. Not me. What you get, what you see is what you get. I'm actually probably a little bit too honest. That's my downfall. Yeah. My husband will tell you that too. I'm too honest. It's okay. I'm okay with it. Sometimes the seams want to go in and sometimes they don't. No, no way. Oh, Peggy, nobody. I don't think anybody is. And nobody's perfect. I mean, I have a pretty doggone good life, but perfect? No. I don't have a beach house. I don't have a Lamborghini. It's not perfect. She was really, really stressed out. Probably from trying to be so perfect, you know. I really did feel for her, you know, especially when he told her that he made all the money and she would shut her mouth and didn't tell him who he could hire at his firm. Oh, I told my husband, I said, I would have punched him in the face. And my husband started laughing. And he goes, yeah. He goes, you would have. And then he goes, and I wonder what that would have been like for you back in those days. I was like, well, probably not well. I'm like, but yeah, if he had said that to me, I'd have punched him. Oh, too funny. All right. I don't know why I always do that. We're just about done. Yay, we're done. Now all I have to do is press this and square it up. But this is what our other one looks like. Ta-da! It actually looks really cool. See the difference? I like the different color pop in it. I think that's really neat. I hope that I really would like to utilize this in one big quilt. I just don't know how I'm going to be able to do that. So I need to press this. Thank you. Awesome, Candy. So I bet they look great. I'm going to turn you guys around so you can watch me press now. So if you get dizzy. Oh. Oh, look at that. My silly little rulers are kind of in the way. Well, I'm just going to press it out. So I just thought I'd bring y'all with me over here. It's just more fun that way. So you might be wondering here what I have. Come on, get hot. So I was at Costco and I purchased another iron because I'm a freak when it comes to that. So I have this one that I love. This is my quilting iron. I use this for my piecing and projects like that. But for when I'm actually putting a quilt together, I'm using this one. So this, what I have here, is the Rowenta Pro Steam. I got it at Costco, and I love it. And I think I'm out of steam almost. But this gets so incredibly hot that it just, I mean, it really smooths out the blocks very, very well. So I highly recommend this iron as well. So if you're looking for a couple of irons, like I said, I use them for two very different things. You see all that steam there? Yeah. That's what we use that for. Really helps my blocks. So I will show you the difference. So this one you can see is filthy and that I need to clean it. But you can see that it doesn't have nearly as many steam holes as this one does. It's just my thoughts. I don't know. When it comes to irons, I'm kind of a nut. I really do love the Olisos. Those are, I think, the best quilting irons, really, to be honest. But this Rowenta is pretty doggone good for getting working all the corks out and making the seams lay flat. Like I said, it gets real hot, and I have burned myself a couple of times on it, so you definitely want to be careful. All right, now we're ready to cut. So I'm going to go over to the cutting table and spin you around again. Oh, hey, maybe I'm not looking. Do you see it? Can you see my quilt there that my husband hung for me? Looks amazing. Okay. Sorry about that. I just wanted to show you that quilt. I know it probably made a bunch of you dizzy. That's okay. I can't help it when it's live. Thank you. And you know what I did to back it? I took layer cake, some layer cake squares that I had out of that same pack that I cut from the jelly rolls and stuff. And I used the layer cakes to make the backing for it. It's so cool. I'll post it in my group so you guys can see it. It really turned out so cool. So since my space is unfinished down here, and now I have all the white bookshelves up, and I have my, you know, my fabric shelf over here that I'm not going to paint white because I like it the way it is. But I thought, you know, it'd be really cool to hang some quilts in here just because, you know, it's a quilting room. Duh. So that's what I have done. All right, so I have a 6-inch ruler, all right? And all I'm gonna do is just take it and lay it on my center seam. So I line up on the seam here. Let me see if I can show you. The seam that I created by sewing here, when I sewed the two blocks together, and then the same seam here. So I line the edge of my ruler up right there. Now I want this block to be 12 inches. So I know that each side of this now needs to be 6 inches. This side will be 6 inches. And I'll show you what else we're gonna do then. So it's good, it's lined up, and it's even. So I'm going to trim it off, put that aside. I'm going to turn one, and I'm going to find that center on here. I'm going to line it up. Right there. 6 inches. I'm going to cut it. I'm going to turn it. I'm going to line it up again on that seam. 6 inches. I'm going to cut it. I'm going to turn it. I'm going to line it up. And that seam. 6 inches. So it's 6 inches from that center seam there to the edge. I'm going to cut it off. You have a perfectly squared block. Keeps everything even because we did everything even around the corner. I mean around the square. Duh. Okay. I'm going to do the same thing here. Here's that line again. And here's that seam line here again too. Again, I'm going to line up 6 inches. I'm going to trim off the excess. Now, if I wanted to make this a 10-inch block, I'd move it over and I would cut it at 5, and I would just line up my line on my ruler here at that 5 inches, and then I would cut this off. Now it would cut off my points because this isn't intended to be a 5-inch block. But if I wanted to do that, I would do that all the way around to keep it consistent. But we're not doing that, so we're doing 6. Oh, and that works too. Yeah, that'll work too. If you have the ruler to do it, you can do it. I find that this is actually easier, and I think that it's more accurate for me personally, because I can actually see my points and what's getting cut off, and I don't know. I'm terrible with squaring things up though, so that's probably why this method works for me, because I can just find a center point and cut, you know. It is easier. It really is a lot easier because, yeah, like I said, I'm really bad with cutting. And I'll be honest, you know who taught? You'll laugh when I tell you where I learned this method from. I was watching a video on YouTube. I was watching Donna Jordan from Jordan Fabrics, and she was squaring up a block. Ta-da! Perfectly square. She was squaring up a block that she had done, and I'm gonna put you up, so close your eyes. She was squaring up a block, and she was doing it, thank you, Peggy, and she was doing it just like I just showed you how to do it. And I was like, oh my gosh, that looks like so much easier than how I had been doing it, because I was squaring it up with the, you know, the squares. Now, like when you're doing the half square triangle stuff, I think that using the square with the line in the middle is way easier than trying to figure it out with this method. So there's different methods for different things. Yeah, so, you know, there's no right or wrong way to do it. The wrong way is the way that doesn't work for you, and the right way is the way that works for you. So everybody has their own personal preference on how they like to cut, or, you know, I'm just showing you a different variation of how I do it. Linda, I got my fabric at Joann Fabrics when they had the solids on sale months ago. Excuse me, so I did that. It can be very relaxing, Peggy. I really do find it to be a little relaxing, depending on what it is. Half square triangles are not fun for me to square up. I feel like I'm tired of half square triangles right now. I don't know. I get in these modes, you know. Plus it's summer. It's hard to want to quilt when it's summertime because it's so hot. You know, it's 90 degrees outside. The last thing I want to do is, you know, snuggle up with a quilt. Oh, you are? Well, I would try Joann's because that's where I got it. And it's their, it's not the Kona cotton. It's the, oh, why can't I think? Somebody help me out here. What kind of cottons do they have at Joann's? They were out. Linda, I would try Missouri Star Quilt Company. I have done, oh no, Jackie, that's a bummer. Missouri Star Quilt Company, and they've had actually a pretty good time. How much fabric do you need, Linda? How much of it do you need? Because if you want this coral color, I have some. I don't have much of it though. Making a log cabin and only need 10 blocks. I'll tell you how much I have. Or I guess I'll show you how much of it I have. I don't have very much of it. This is it doubled up. So probably about 41 inches long. $15 wide. Oh, Hobby, yes, that's right. Hobby Lobby also does. They also sell the solids. Thank you. So Linda, if you're interested in this, I'll send it to you. If not, check Hobby Lobby. They might have more of it. I'm not certain how much you're going to need for a log cabin. You want this one? So Linda, what I need you to do, I'll send this to you. Just send me your, I need your mailing address. So just email it to me. Okay, email me your mailing address. I'm at thecraftyauthor@gmail.com. It should also be in my about section on my YouTube channel. If you can't find it, you should be able to click on there and it should take you to my email address. Okay, cool. I'll set this aside for you then. Keepsake calico, that's what it is. I don't know why I wanted to call it Symphony Broadcloth. Who knows, you guys? Who knows? I probably saw that or read that somewhere, and now it's stuck in my head. All right. Well, that is going to be it for this evening. I want to thank you. Yep, Symphony, Solids. I knew I wasn't losing my mind. Okay, I did think I was a little bit, but I'm not. So this is it. I'm going to go and I am going to finish off. I'm going to try to finish these so that on Friday I can put up a video. Friday or Saturday, I'm not sure. So I can put up the video for this video. Can we try this again? So I can put up a video and show you what this quilt is going to look like. There we go. Finally, I got it. Friday or Saturday. It's my mind today. Okay. So if you have any other questions, feel free to just message me. I know, Jackie, what is wrong with me, right? Aw, thanks, Peggy. You guys are so awesome. Hi, Chantel. So I wanted to tell you guys, because I don't know if you know this or not, but I do have channel memberships now. So if you want to be a member and support the channel, you can do that. That's above and beyond this, the free stuff that I do. We are getting ready to do our first ever live chat next week. Thank you, Pam. And we are going to be talking about whatever. You do have to be at the $4.99 level in order to have that perk. It's just one of those perks. You're welcome, Linda. And so if that's something that you're interested in, I just want to let you know that the memberships start at $1.99, $4.99, and $9.99. So there's 3 tiers, and they all have different perks within them. So if you're not sure about those, check them out. You too, Cheryl. Thank you for joining me. Also, I have some new merchandise in the store. So if you're interested in purchasing merchandise, there's that. If you do become a member, do a membership, you do get 30% off in my Etsy store and in my merchandise store. Okay, now that that's all done with. If you want to follow me on social media, the links are down below in the description box. You're welcome, Annette. Thank you for joining us. So anyway, so that's it. I just wanted to give you those announcements. And yeah, so next week, I'm still working out the time. I will let all the members know what day we are going to be doing the live. I think currently we have a small group, so you'll be able to get all of your sewing questions answered, and or whatever you choose to talk about. As long as it's craft related or sewing related or quilting related, we're good to go. So you guys are so awesome. So I will see you guys next time. I'll see you probably Friday or Saturday. Take care of yourselves. Have a wonderful weekend. Linda, it is thecraftyauthor@gmail.com. Thank you, Pam. You too. I don't know if I can comment. Linda, let me try. Hang on. I do not think this will let me comment on here myself. No, it's not going to let me do it. Shoot. If I could get in there and I can type it in, I'll let you know. If not, you can find it. Hi, Cecilia. I don't have my tablet down here either. It's in the arrow down button. Awesome. Thank you, Candy. So, Linda, it's in the arrow down button. So just click on that. It should help you find it. Okay? But I've got it pulled aside. It's set aside for you. So just send that to me and I'll get it out to you ASAP. And also the winner of our giveaway, Anne, I sent her stuff to her today. I mailed it. So she should get that in a couple of days. Whew, that was a heavy package too. I gotta tell you, it weighed almost 7 pounds. I was amazed at how much that thing weighed. Crazy. So, all right. See you guys next time. Bye-bye.